Mic check one. Check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. Hello, hello. How's everyone going today? What's the day today? Thursday. All right. Hey guys, what's going on? Good afternoon. Happy Thursday, July 9th. This is hashtag TNT Joe 5. Sorry, I always have to take that off and do this whole spectacle doing that. Tech news that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. This is episode something because I lost count, and this is also day something in quarantine because I equally lost count. How's everyone doing today? Good afternoon to people in the US. Good morning, good evening to everyone else around the world. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone's staying safe, and hopefully everyone's not too bored being stuck at home all day. Although I think a lot of people are starting to go out more, and I don't know if that's always the best idea, but hey, I mean, we got to live our lives, right? So anyway, hi everybody. How's it going? Let me say hi to everyone in chat. Let me get my stuff ready here. Mute this, go there. Paul Hendricks first. Hey, Paul, thank you for being the first to comment. Thank you for being the first in the room. Paul, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Big House Productions says, what? I'm first? You are not first, sir. Paul has obviously beaten you to the first game. Sorry, my watch is going off and I don't know why. Anyway, Big House Productions. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Deepak Murthy is here as well. Hey, Jerome. Hey, Deepak. How's it going, man? Welcome. Good afternoon to you. Tim says, hey, Tim, what's going on? Were those Sennheisers? Yes, they were. That's a good eye. I've had those Sennheisers for, I think, over 3 years now, for as long as I've had this PC that I built. It is my editing. It's my gaming headset, but also my editing headset, and it works really well. Tim, how's it going? Yes, I know I owe you a piece of paper. I'm busy. I'm gonna get it to you, Tim. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Team Varai walking again en route to pick up my wife from work. Hi everyone. Hey, Team Varai, how's it going? Have a good walk. Hopefully it's nice where you're at. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Welcome to the stream. What model? You know what? I don't remember what model it is anymore. It's been a while. Tim says I have PC 350 SEs. I don't. Does it say the model on this? I don't. Oh, mine are. It says it right there. I have PC 363Ds. PC 363Ds, just FYI. Tim says, just wanted to join because I'm going on lunch and saw the alerts. Well, thank you for joining, Tim. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, guys, let us get into the news. We have a good amount of stories today. I think there's one or two that I'm actually really interested about. Well, one, it's a gaming story, and it's a game that I play that I guess is being talked about, and so I want to talk about that. But first, we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk about iOS 14. So for anyone that owns an iPhone, an iPad, and even if you have an older one, you are probably capable of using iOS 14. And now the public beta got launched today. So this article from The Verge says there are so many new features that it's hard to keep track. In anticipation of today's release of the public betas of iOS 14 for the iPhone and iPad OS 14 for the iPad, I've been using the developer betas and facing a curious mix of feeling both comfortable and overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is very weird to read because typically when I think of iOS, I don't think of being overwhelmed when it comes to their OS. Unless you count the big changes to the iPhone's home screen, and I only partially do, neither OS offers a big new vision of what your phone or tablet can be. And yet both have new feature lists so long that I quail at the idea of trying to enumerate them all, much less give you impressions. Are there technically 1,000 new features in iOS 14 and iPad OS 14? I don't actually know, but the number is sufficiently high as to be overwhelming. Again, for me, I think it's nice to see that iOS 14 is going to have a bunch of new changes. I do not have the public beta yet on my phone. I didn't even get the developer one. So for this one, though, I will probably put iOS 14, the public beta, on my iPhone 11 and my iPhone 11 Pro, and I'll try to share those thoughts tomorrow, just to give you guys an idea of like how I feel about it. So I imagined, let me see here. It says I have been using iOS 14, which is how I'll refer to both platforms unless I need to specify. I have had a little story I made up running around in my head. I imagine that Apple's executives got all of the engineers into a room last year after WWDC and said, phew, what's next? And the engineers looked at each other quietly until one of them said, I have this feature you keep making me put on the back burner, to which an executive replied, sure, do that. Then there was pure glorious chaos as everybody at Apple clamored to get their thing on the roadmap. Each time the executive said, sure, why not? So if you guys are not aware, the big thing, at least for me, I feel like for iOS 14 is now being able to use widgets on the home screen, something that they have never offered before, something that makes me happy because now I'm not going to have to reach for icons on the very top of my phone anymore. And now it'll, force it to get a little lower down. So the new iPhone home screen, the iPhone, but strangely and annoyingly not the iPad, is getting 3 big new feature concepts on its home screen. Wait, so you can't put widgets on the iPad's home screen? That's weird. You could argue that Apple has borrowed from Android or perhaps Windows, but all I care about is that the iPhone finally allows for some complexity and customization on the home screen. Here are the big new features. There's an entirely new widget framework that works across iOS, iPadOS, and macOS on the Okay, so wait. So it does work on iPad. I don't know. I don't have an iPad, guys. It's not something I use. If anyone has iOS or iPad OS 14 on their iPad, please share because I don't know. Let me know if you can use widgets on it. On the iPhone, Apple is allowing you to put these widgets on any home screen in any location on the grid. You can also create, quote, stacks of widgets you can flip through and smart stacks that try to put the most relevant widget on top. So if you guys don't know what he's talking about here, it's you can layer widgets on top of each other, and then like I'm trying to show the screen here, and like flip up to go through other widgets, which I think is an actually great idea. I don't know if Androids had that. I mean, I know it's not on stock Android, but I'm sure somebody has thought of that. If not, well, kudos to Apple for putting it out there. Number 2, there's a new quote app library where all of your app icons appear. So when they say app library, I'm thinking app drawer, right? This means for the first time, app icons can appear in multiple places on the iPhone. And for the first time, you can get rid of that annoying, quote, junk folder of apps you never use. Sadly, you can't recategorize apps in the app library. You can't move the category folders around. And weirdly, it's not available on the iPad. 3, finally, you can go into an overview mode and, quote, uncheck entire pages on your home screen, which effectively lets you set up home screen pages for certain tasks like work or exercise or whatever that you can show or hide at will. Unfortunately, you can't have an app icon appear in multiple places on your home screen as you can on Android, so this feature may not be as useful as it first appears. I kind of understand that, and I kind of don't. I'm going to have to test it out and see how that actually works. I've already written a piece and made a video where I go more in depth on the iPhone's new home screen and the encouraging trend of Apple allowing, but not requiring complexity on the iPhone. So yeah, the Apple Pencil stays in your hand more. I got a little glimpse of Dieter Bohn's video for the updates on iOS 14, and he talked very highly about the Apple Pencil, so much so that it makes me wish I had an iPad to test the Apple Pencil out. I'm really not going to get into this too much though, because I don't have an iPad. And again, this is TNT Joe-Fi. It's news that's interesting to me. So maybe when I eventually get an iPad, there's a small part of me that wants to get an iPad now, actually, because I want to see how good that 120 hertz refresh rate is, ProMotion. For any of you guys that have an iPad, do you have the one that has the ProMotion feature, or not feature, but I guess the technology or whatever? Do you have that high refresh rate? Because I'm wondering how nice it is on an iPad. Anyway, they talk about something called Scribble here, where you can literally just write anywhere on the iPad in your handwriting, and it will automatically convert that to text. I think it worked pretty well. Dieter said it wasn't perfect, but it was still pretty good. And then other updates on iOS 14. I really am not going to get too much into that right now. I just wanted to share that the public beta was out. So it says here, normally this section is the place where I list a bunch of interesting but perhaps not consequential features and updates. But this year, quote, everything else feels like it constitutes the bulk of what makes up the new stuff in iOS and iPad OS 14. There's a lot here, some of which I haven't been able to really test yet, and it's difficult to give you big thematic buckets. So the biggest changes might be in privacy. We've talked about this before. If you guys are not familiar with like all the updates in here, I'm pretty sure I've clipped the video of it in the past, or you can just see where I talked about the WWDC event and talked about the developer beta for iOS 14. So to end it here, it says nothing in iOS 14 will overwhelm you. Not really. There are 1,000 new features to discover, but I suspect that many people won't be doing that discovering. Yeah, you're probably right. As with Android, iOS is a mature operating system, so the problem of discoverability is perhaps an inevitable one. My wholly unsolicited advice to Apple is to finally do what every other platform company does: release app updates more often and save the yearly cadence for the big system level stuff. Why an update to Memoji or the Home app, which yes also has new features, needs to wait for Apple's big OS updates, is a mystery, but it's one that's easily solved by just putting out app updates when they're ready. And if that meeting I imagine from last year is happening again right now, I hope that when the executives ask what's next, some of the answers can arrive when they're ready instead of when iOS 15 is. I know I didn't read this whole article, but for me, I will take whatever updates come. Yes, if they're not ready, they're not ready. And I get that. And that belongs in a beta. But if they can go ahead and start releasing stuff and testing it out, and then finally putting it to a public release, like a stable release, why not? I'll take the update. I don't really I don't really care about big updates or this or that. Just give me the updates as they come. Why restrict the consumer from having updates that can be useful today than waiting 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year down the road? Sorry, I breathed in wrong. Anyway, no, it's not COVID. I hope. Okay, let me get back into chat here. Let me just say hi to everyone else. Okay, let me scroll down. Tim says something that's been bugging me about Apple recently, both iOS and macOS. They haven't done a quote stability release in years. It's all new features. I can see that. But iOS has been pretty stable for me in general. I know what you're saying though, as far as just like, here's the most stable version, but I don't know. I haven't, you know what? Maybe it's because I use Android so much and Android's always kind of like has issues here and there. And then I'm always comparing it to like, why is Apple's, why is iOS, why are their apps always so, we just talked about this yesterday, actually. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. But I hear what you're saying, Tim. Like since before iOS 12 or Mac OS 10.13, so like 2 or 3 years. That is a long time for sure. Sean is in here as well. I have the Apple Pencil. Sean, hello, by the way. I had the Apple Pencil and an iPad Pro 2017 model. It's all right. So it wasn't that big a deal. That Pro Motion, that 120 hertz refresh rate, not a big deal. I'm curiously asking because I don't know. I've never used one. I've never had the chance to really see how good, a faster refresh rate or whatever is. I mean, yes, I have 90 hertz on my Pixel 4. I have 90 hertz on my Huawei P40 Pro Plus, which are both very nice. But yeah, it's not world shattering. So I just was wondering if 120 hertz would make an even bigger difference. All right, let us continue though, because we're staying on the Apple story here. And so before I do my whole like spiel of like liking and whatever, let's go into it with the iPhone 12. So the iPhone 12, this article from BGR is saying it might be more expensive than we thought. So when they say than we thought, the one thing I had talked about is there have been rumors that the iPhone 12 was going to be priced at $650. Something I've been talking about for a while now. There was even a rumor that was saying they might even make an iPhone 12 that's not 5G compatible and sell that for $550 and completely take the iPhone XR out of the market. And I was like, man, this is Apple like really going for the jugular, trying to compete like at lower price points, giving the consumer a lot more. And I was all for it. And then this article from BGR has to ruin my day. But again, these are all, it's all rumors and speculation. So I am hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that $650 is still the price point for the base iPhone 12. But we'll see what BGR has to say. So a new iPhone 12 price estimate will not please fans considering what previous rumors claimed. The cheapest iPhone 12 might cost $749, which is $100 more than the previous estimate and $50 more than the base iPhone 11. If you can't do the math, right now, the cheapest iPhone 11 is $700. Yeah, there is the cheaper iPhone SE for $400, which is a great phone for its price point. But if you want something with an OLED, like full screen display, the iPhone 11 is, the bigger, more display, like full screen display to get. And that price is at $700. And now they're saying the iPhone 12 now might be $750 instead of $650. Anyway, the iPhone 12 will offer several upgrades over last year's generation, including 5G support, OLED displays across the board, and double the storage. By double the storage, they're talking 64, or they're talking about 128 gigs of internal instead of 64. However, the iPhone 12 is rumored to ship without a charger and earphones. We've talked about this. I had a big conversation about that yesterday. So if you've missed that video, I actually clipped that out. So feel free to check that out as well. Apple is widely expected to launch 4 iPhone 12 versions this year, which will come in 3 sizes: 5.4 inch, 6.1, 6.7. All of the phones will feature 5G connectivity, OLED displays, and storage starting at 128 gigs. The handsets are also expected to ship without free chargers and earphones in the box, which would be another first for the iPhone. Pricing will start at $649, said a leaker a few weeks ago. That would make it $50 cheaper than the 6.1 inch iPhone 11 that features only 4G connectivity, an LCD screen, and 64 gigs of storage. The iPhone 11 does ship with a charger and earpods in the box. A new rumor now claims the most affordable iPhone 12 will actually be more expensive than expected, even if it'll ship without a charger and complimentary earphones. If this report is accurate, the iPhone 12 will be more costly than its predecessor. This is something I was not hoping for. My hope was it was going to be $650. Again, I'm crossing my fingers that it won't be $750. Like $700 was the base price, and to hear that it might go up to $750, especially now, especially with like the economy the way it is. I mean, even if the economy was good, I was hoping that it was still going to be priced at $650. I guess we can still cross our fingers, like I said, and just hope for the best that they're not going to raise that price on the phone. John Processor made a name for himself with a large variety of Apple leaks in the past few months. He accurately predicted Apple's various moves in response to the novel pandemic, and he offered iPhone SE launch details well before Apple announced the handset. A few weeks ago, he released plenty of info about the iPhone 12, including the main specs of the phones, the storage tiers, and corresponding prices. So if this is from John Processor, he has here that the iPhone 12 will be $649 for 128 gigs of internal storage and $749 for 256 gigs of internal storage. And then the iPhone 12 Max, wait, what? So, just a bigger version of the iPhone 12, not the Pro. Here's the Pro right here. So the Pro would start at $999 and the Pro Max at $1,099. These are prices that don't surprise me. This is typically what they've been selling the phones at this point. An analyst now suggests the prices aren't accurate. Jeff Poo released a new note to investors that the iPhone 12 pricing will start at $750 for the 5.4 inch model. This would make the phone $50 more expensive than the iPhone 11, $100 more expensive than Processor's leaked price tag. So it says here, the $50 increase over the base iPhone 11 can be explained by the addition of 5G and OLED to all iPhone 12 models. I mean, whatever, they can make whatever excuse they want. Whatever. If you're going to increase the price, what can we do about it? Nothing except sit here and complain. Again, maybe Apple will surprise us like they did with the iPhone SE pricing it as low as they did. Who knows? The analyst says the price increase would be, quote, accepted by consumers and not affect demand. He also acknowledged that Apple's decision to remove the charger and earpods from the iPhone 12 box will generate controversy. If the $750 estimate is accurate, then the other new iPhones could also be more expensive. Oh my God, hopefully not. That is something that would, because when I say hopefully not, that's because I have a vested interest. I have been buying every single iPhone that's come out. And then when the 10 came out, I bought, well, I didn't buy the 8 or whatever. I bought the 10, or I bought the 8. But I mean, I bought the 10, I bought the 10S, I bought the 11 Pro, and I am hoping that $1,000 price point stays at $1,000 and doesn't increase from there. Actually, I was in my head, I was like, maybe I should buy the 512 gig version because I keep running out of space. I'm just being very like greedy at this point. You know, my Huawei P40 Pro Plus is 512 gigabytes of internal storage, and I couldn't be happier that I have a ton of storage on my phone now. Anyway, so it's saying here the current Pro and Pro Max are priced at $999 and $1,099. So, which have been traditional price points for the premium iPhone since the iPhone 10 arrived 3 years ago. So they're not saying that it's going to get priced up, but maybe there's a chance. Hopefully not. The Pixel 5 could be cheaper, starting at $699, which I think is a very expensive price point for a Pixel 5. But if the iPhone 12 prices at $750, then I can see the Pixel 5 sticking at its $700 price point. But Google's phone won't be a real premium phone, and no, it won't. And actually, that's a really great segue. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, to go into our next story, but I will talk about that in a second. So let me get back into chat here. Ted is in here. Hey, Ted, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. If you guys don't know, I stream with Ted on Friday nights when I can. Ted is a YouTuber as well, so feel free to check him out. No big deal on the promotion. You get used to it real fast. Well, thank you for sharing. If it's really not as big a deal as some people say it is, I appreciate your feedback. I do want to check it out myself, though, and see how good it is, but thank you for sharing that. Sean says, I'm not a big Apple fan, but if you're into portable gaming, high refresh rates are great. I'm not a mobile gamer, though. Two, neither am I, but I actually am going to talk about a game today. I'm also going to talk about the Pixel 5 today. Well, you guys seen that. It was on the thumbnail about the Pixel 5 XL. Paul says that's so annoying. Yeah, it is. Of everything here, it only makes you overly hypochondriac. I can see that too, especially with everything going on and me wanting to get out and do stuff. And it's just, it's tough. So I hear you, Paul. Ted says, so they take out the charging brick and then they raise the price, ready the pitchforks. I know I had a whole video on this yesterday, and I'm not on board with any of this either. I do have a few thoughts about it, and I feel like us as a tech community might not care as much because we have a ton of these bricks and cables and earpods or earbuds or whatever, but there are a lot of people who don't. And I just feel like, you know, the way I put it yesterday is these corporations, these companies making these phones, really, they don't care either way. For them, it's about money, and however they can, you know, keep the margins high and let the consumer pay whatever. I really, they're not looking out for us, is how I feel about it. Sean says, so the price might be $850. That's crazy if it is. I don't know. We'll see. Deepak says, rumors are saying that the increase in price is due to Apple quitting both BOE OLED displays in favor of LG and Samsung displays for quality control problems with BOE. Well, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that either. That's good feedback, or that's great feedback. I had no idea. And I wonder how much it's affecting their margins, where they said, okay, well, we got to increase their prices because, or we got to increase the prices because now we won't be able to make, you know, we won't be able to make 850 million. We'll only be able to make 600 million. And that's not enough for us. Those numbers are just, I just pull them out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't know what their profit margins are. Okay. So, let's see here. Paul says, that's a weird combination. Airports, Mac, and protein bars. What? Why do I always feel like I get confused with, I know Paul's always trying to tie things together, and I feel like I always get lost. Team Bryce says, so expensive. Oh, AirPods. I gotcha. Big House says, just don't buy it. There you go. Ted says 512 gigs on your Huawei. That's a lot, considering you can't even find apps to use that storage. Fair enough, Ted. Touche. But I do have a lot of apps on. I do have a lot of apps now on my P40 Pro Plus. I don't know if you saw my video yesterday or my stream yesterday, but I have been using I've been using Phone Clone to move stuff over, and I've had a couple other recommendations from other people who have DM'd me. So I'm still trying to add stuff on there. Anyway, let's see here. Brian says 4K 60 will fill up that storage quickly. There you go. Although I don't really use 4K 60. Maybe I should. Ryan says $850. Nah, I'll pass. Yeah, that's a really expensive point. Or that's a really expensive price point. Oh, Paul's saying the ad on the webpage for protein bars. Did I miss it? I don't know where I missed it. Anyway. Speaking of protein bars, I'm kind of hungry. All right. Really quick, guys, for everyone who's in here. I know we have some people in the chat. I appreciate everybody, saying what's up, giving their input. For people that are not in chat, or for people who are in chat, please do me a favor, support me. Hit that like button. Liking this stream helps me out algorithmically, aka I think it helps people find the stream, helps people talk in chat. We're a great community, and it's always nice to talk to everybody. So please, if you get a chance, hit that like button. Also, I do stream weekdays, Mondays through Fridays at 2 p.m. Central on the dot. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, or you want to get notified on that, please consider being a subscriber. Subscribing helps me as well. All those like weird marketing things. And last but not least, if you guys are in chat and if you've noticed, people have green in their names or they have a red Chicago star next to their name, that is because they are part of the Phone Jerome fam. And you can be one too for as little as 99 cents a month. All you got to do is click that join button. You'll get the green in your name. You'll get the red Chicago star badge, and you'll get to use custom emoji for as little as 99 cents a month. You'll also get your name in every intro and outro of all of my live streams. There are different tiers as well that gives you different different perks. But again, you could do all of that for just as little as 99 cents a month by clicking that join button. If you can't find it, you can go to youtube.com/phone Jerome/join. And I'm just going to leave it at that. That is my little marketing thing that I try to do at least once for every stream, and just once. So that's it. If you're coming in afterwards, then lucky you, you don't have to hear me trying to market to you. So let us continue on. Let's talk about the Pixel 5. Okay, this article from Slash Gear is saying the Pixel 5 XL renders appear to add to the confusion. If you are not aware about the confusion, there was a render not too long ago about just the Pixel 5 in general. And it threw people off because the Pixel 5 looked very similar to what the upcoming Pixel 4a is looking like. That hasn't been released. The Pixel 4a was rumored to be released back in May. It is now July. We still haven't heard anything about it. And now we're seeing all of these renders for the Pixel 5 and now the Pixel 5 XL that look very similar to what the Pixel 4a looks like. And so my original hypothesis, or whatever you want to call it, is maybe they're delaying the Pixel 4a because they want to align it with now what looks like might be the Pixel 5 and Pixel 5 XL. They'll all look similar. There'll be a very low end, which is the Pixel 4a, if they'll still call it that. But then you'll have the Pixel 5, which is more of a mid-range thing, and then the Pixel 5 XL, which is their bigger version. But according to this article, it might have even better specs on it. So I don't agree with that. I really wish that if they do release a Pixel 5 and a Pixel 5 XL, it has usually the same specs. Sorry, something's making noise on my mouse. And the only difference on it is the screen and a bigger battery. But this article says differently. So this article from Slash Gear says the Pixel 4a is still a no-show. The Pixel 5 is supposedly still at an early stage of design and development. Given that situation, it's not really surprising that uncorroborated rumors and leaks will be popping up left and right, which they have. While the fate of the Pixel 4a XL has mostly been sealed, a premium Pixel 5 XL is still expected to show up sometime later this year, except it might not be a premium in all things, and some, quote, features included in these renders raises as many questions as the recent Pixel 5 renders. The Pixel 5 XL renders look exactly like the Pixel 5 renders isn't really surprising. Again, this render looks very similar to the renders of the original, or the Pixel 5 renders that had come out. Comparing it to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, however, Pig2, which is the person who leaked this, I think, claims that Google's largest phone will actually be shorter, but also thicker, something that you don't often associate with premium phones. And then there's a claim that the back of the phone will be made of plastic. So, yeah, all these rumors sound really all over the place. Something truly odd for a premium phone in the past 2 or 3 years, especially when the Pixel 5 is believed to have glass on its back. So they're saying this might be plastic for the Pixel 5 XL. Another odd difference is that the renders show a 3.5mm headphone jack at the top. I didn't even realize that. Oh, it's right there. There you go. This is actually my place, or yeah. Wait, no. I like having the headphone jack at the bottom. Yeah. Not at the top. Oh man. Well, I don't know. Who knows if that's going to be a thing anyway. So another odd difference is the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack at the top, something that's been absent in the Pixel 5 renders and practically all Pixel phones except the first and the Pixel 3a. Despite the non-premium external, the leak claims that the 5XL will at least use a Snap 865. So this threw me off for a loop. I didn't see that coming. I wouldn't have expected that there was going to be an XL model that was going to have a Snap 865 versus the Snap 765 that would be showing up in the Pixel 5 that they've been talking about for a while. No word yet on the cameras yet. No word yet on the cameras yet. I don't know who wrote this article, though it seems to have the same set on the back as the Pixel 4 XL. And yes, there's a fingerprint sensor there again, which only adds to the bewilderment. You won't hear me complain about having a rear fingerprint sensor. It's more than welcome from me. Given that many sources claim that the Pixel 5 is still in flux, it's hard to be confident about these new images. If they are true, however, it would be a somewhat disappointing turn of events for what should be Android's premier premium smartphone. Disappointing turn of events. That's a weird one to me because I think a lot of people would appreciate having a Pixel 5 or a 5XL with a Snapdragon 865. Am I wrong in saying that? I think there would be a good amount of people that would appreciate having a higher chipset in that phone. Although the plastic back is weird to me. That's the only thing that's weird to me. I feel like it should still have a more premium feel to it. Go ahead and keep the rear fingerprint reader. I'll take it. Go ahead and keep the excellent cameras. I'll take it. You want to have a, like colorful power lock button. I'll take that too. But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because it's like, why would they? So imagine this, the Pixel 4a or whatever they end up calling it. Maybe they'll call it a Pixel 5a or they'll call it a Pixel 5 Lite or whatever marketing term they want to use. The Pixel 4a, let's just call it that since that's what they've been calling it, would have a Snapdragon 730. The Pixel 5 then would have a Snapdragon 765 and the Pixel 5 XL would have a Snapdragon 865. So 3 completely different chipsets. The Pixel 4a or whatever they want to call it, priced at, they were saying as low as $350. And then the Pixel 5 as low. The Pixel 5 is reportedly being priced at $700. And if they're going to put a Snapdragon 865 in the 5XL, what would that price at? $900? I'm sure it's going to be way more than the Pixel 5 if they're going to be using a different chipset or a better chipset. Are they going to put a better camera in the Pixel 5 XL as well? Are they just going to put the wide angle in that one and not on the There are so many questions. Google has been completely silent about anything recently. Well, at least when it comes to phones. So I have no idea what they have up their sleeves. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting tired talking about the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a, but it's one of the phones I've been waiting for a long time. And I just want to know, what the facts are going to be for it. I don't know. All right. Let me go back up here. Let me see. I see Grant is in here. Hold on here. Let me scroll down. Tana So Lit is in here. Tana, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Exactly. I'm not sure what you're exactlying, but I agree. Tana, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Brian says those renders look a lot better than the earlier ones that made the Pixel 5 look like trash. Brian is talking about the one with the notch, or not the notch, the camera render in the middle that looks like a big face. Grant is in here as well. What up, Phone Jerome fam? What up, Grant? What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Tana's saying, what up, Jerome? What up, Tana? Nice to see you as well, man. Paul says the Pixel 5 Nord. There you go. Okay, Krishna's in here. Krishna Taha. Welcome, man. I guess there is a Pixel 5 Ultra with flagship specs. But is it, though? It's like, okay, a Snapdragon 865, but a plastic back. Who knows what the camera is going to be like? Who knows what the display is going to be like? But the build quality doesn't really scream premium. I mean, my Pixel 4 doesn't really scream premium if you want to be, if I'm being completely honest, especially after having this Huawei P40 Pro Plus. After having this phone, I feel this phone and I'm just like, man, this feels like a real premium phone. Even feels more premium than my iPhone 11 Pro. And then it makes the Pixel 4 just not feel as good in hand. Grant says there's no way Google renames the 4A if they already had them ready to ship. That's fair enough. That's a good point. That would be a lot of money to rebrand and redo. That is a good point. That is a good point. Darkman, X2G is in here as well. What's going on, Darkman? Welcome to the stream. With those renders, Pixel 4a shouldn't release. That's also a good point too. But I think people want a lower end price point unless they decide to like price the Pixel 5 at something ridiculously low. But yeah, Darkman is saying both are mid-rangers. Then he says, oh, never mind. Snapdragon 865. I mean, they're all rumors. We have no idea really what's going to be put on this Pixel 5 XL, Pixel 5, whatever the Pixel 4a is going to be. I have no idea. Brian says, great low light camera comparison of the 4XL versus Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. Grant. Yeah, I saw that video come out. I'll have to take a look. Grant doing some work, man. Grant putting some stuff out there. Darkman says, if it has a telephoto instead of a wide angle, I'm out this year. Lol, LOL. Yeah, who knows what they're going to be putting on their phones. I feel like they've really been putting us in the dark lately. I haven't heard really anything from Google. I mean, obviously these renders and leaks come out, or rumors and leaks come out, but I just feel like Google's been so silent. I feel like they could have at least said something about the Pixel 4a. At least that. Maybe that's what I think they've been silent about. I just want to know where that phone is, what is going on in their heads when it comes to that phone. I don't know. Okay. Darkman says maybe the plastic back feels premium. No, it doesn't. I'm imagining you're being sarcastic there. Deepak says Google is so stubborn. Why not put an ultra wide? Who knows? Maybe they can't. Maybe they're not. Maybe they can't figure out the AI when it comes to their ultra wide shots. Maybe there's something up with that. I don't know. All right, let's move on, guys. I have a couple other stories. I'm trying to look and see what I want to talk about here. So, the OnePlus Nord. That's right. This article from Slash Gear says the OnePlus Nord release date spills the beans. OnePlus Nord release date level leak spills the beans. Why is this title confusing me? Anyway, did you guys see these renders of the Nord? This is a much better look at what the OnePlus Nord may look like. You see here the full back, very reminiscent of this, and then the front here looks like it's an all display phone with the little cutout for the front cameras on the top left. The Nord was leaked today in images of both the front and back of the smartphone. This device looks to have a nearly full coverage front side display with a pill-shaped punch hole for two front-facing cameras. The back looks to have the OnePlus logo in the center with 4 camera lenses in the upper left alongside a dual LED flash array. So I think if they're talking about quad cameras, if I remember, there was one article that says it has more than the OnePlus 8 Pro, right? Since it has 3. I don't know. I forget. I can't keep up anymore. There's so many devices. These images seem to match recently slightly more blurry leaks of the device from Amazon India. Amazon India's imagery of the device is official and officially meant to appear as it is for the public. The image shows the relative size of the device as well as the placement of several key elements. The hardware is shown sliding into or out of a pocket with a dark gray, slate, or dark blue color and the OnePlus type logo at the bottom center of the phone. The OnePlus Nord device does not appear to be coming with the word Nord anywhere particularly visible. It's almost like OnePlus had the idea for a new, extremely affordable smartphone range and decided to give it a new name, but just let the phone carry the standard OnePlus branding fare. I mean, I'll take it. That's fine. The box, on the other hand, that's pretty neat. There, they've included a chopped up Nord logo printed with shiny silver on a black box, which is right here. Hey, the OnePlus Nord has your name on it. The Nord was rumored to have a 32 megapixel and 8 megapixel camera array up front and a set of 4 cameras on its back. The 4 cameras on the back were tipped to be a 48 megapixel, an ultra wide, a macro, and a depth sensor. And then it's going to have a Snapdragon 765 chipset, and its display will most definitely be AMOLED tech. We're expecting this smartphone to be released in late July or early August, but we shall see. A leak earlier this week suggests that a OnePlus Nord price between $450 and $500 wouldn't be a bad bet to make. The other rumors I've heard as well is that the phone is going to be priced right around $400 or so in India, and then from what I've read, it's going to be more expensive in Europe, like $550. And then if it does come out to the US, it's probably going to be priced around the same. But, you know, I think OnePlus has been adamant about saying it's going to be sub $500. But does that mean sub $500 in the US, or is that just sub $500 in like India, maybe some places in Europe? We read this whole article that they wanted to cater to the market in India, which is why they're cutting margins and making it really cheap, but it won't be cheap elsewhere. I feel like I always end these articles saying, well, I don't know, we'll see. So with that being said, I don't know, we'll see. All right. This other article though, there we go. That's why I talked about it. I'm just going to continue on since we're talking about the Nord. This article from Tech Radar says the Nord confirmed to have more cameras than the OnePlus 8 Pro, 2 on the front, 4 on the back. The Nord is being launched on July 21st, so not too much longer now. But at this rate, there won't be much left to learn on that date, as OnePlus has steadily been unveiling details about the handset, most recently the number of cameras it will have on both the front and back. In an Instagram post, the company shared a short teaser video, I haven't seen this, which mentioned 4 cameras on the back, 2 on the front. There are no other details revealed in the video. So we don't have confirmation of the camera specs yet, but when you consider that the OnePlus 8 Pro only has 5 cameras, okay, 4 in the back. So they both have 4 in the back, and 1 in the front. This is a lot for a mid-range phone. I will say this many times. I've said this many times, but I'm more about quality over quantity. I don't care if the phone has 2 cameras in the front, 4 cameras in the back, 4 cameras on the front, 8 cameras on the back, 25 cameras on the front, 50 on the back. What does it matter if they're all subpar quality? I would rather have a camera that has 1 great shooter on the front, 1 great shooter on the back, and gives me great, excellent image quality. I don't need, a ton of cameras on either side when it comes to that. It's not a big deal to me. Who knows how good these cameras are going to be on the Nord? I'm guessing they're not going to be better than the 8 or the 8 Pro, right? I think we all can attest that these cameras, they can't be better than those, because why would OnePlus do that? So, don't set your expectations super high when it comes to the camera quality, because I think the 8 and 8 Pro still have to be better than what the Nord is going to bring. Okay. Let me see here. Let me get back up to chat. Let me see. Paul says, Grant, it's time for shameless self-promotion. Can we get a link? Yeah, guys, feel free to check out Grant's channel, man. Hopkins is in here. Hopkins, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. 500 is too much. Remember when top-end flagships cost so much? Is that what you mean? Remember when phones were like 650? That was like the top. That was the top of smartphones. 650 was the top end tier of flagship price phones, and I want those days back. I wish they would give us premium phones at 650, and that's it. Oh, I missed a chat here. Ahmed is in here. Ahmed Husamadin, right? Ahmed, what's going on? Welcome, man. Good evening, Jerome. I hope you're fine. For the last time, I hope they're going to keep the same design leaked by John processor. Are we talking about the Pixel 5? Are we talking about No, we're talking about the iPhone, right? I don't know. Either way, Yeah, there's just so much news. I'm losing track, guys. Anyway, Ahmed, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. Okay. Let me scroll back down here. Hopkins says, Jerome, what about multiple lenses with good quality? So yeah, obviously it can go both ways, right? So for me, I would still rather have one excellent shooter than have like three good ones, right? Um, that's how I feel. I mean, I guess there might be some people that says, well, I'll take two good ones, right? Instead of five subpar ones or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, I would still just rather have quality over quantity. For me, I would have one excellent camera that would just, outpace anything else. Yes, I use other camera settings. I'll use the wide occasionally. I'll use the telephoto occasionally, but my main shooter is what I use 95% of the time. That might change though after I've been using the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. Maybe that has, that might change my mind, especially after using that telephoto. It's crazy how good that is. I touched base about that yesterday. And I'm still putting a video together for that. I'm just trying to figure my time out, but I did take shots. I might take some shots today. We'll see. We'll talk about that. Anyway, Brian says here, Nord cameras are going to be the 7 Pro minus. I wish it would stay at $650. Oh, Ahmed was saying the Pixel 5. Oh, so you like the Pixel 5 render with the camera module in the middle. I didn't mind it either. I do prefer the 4A though. I think I like that look better, but you could ask Brian his opinion on it. Brian hates the way that Pixel 5 looks. Let's see here. Deepak says 7T cameras were good, but not excellent. See, and so that's a question to ask. Would you rather have let's say the 7T camera had a main shooter only, but it had the same quality as the main shooter of the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pixel 4. Would you rather have just one camera of that, or would you rather just have the good cameras that the 7T offered right now? I think that could go both ways. For me, I would just have one excellent shooter, but that's me. Grant says, waiting on Jerome's P40 Pro Plus camera videos. They're coming, Grant. They're coming. I'm trying to prioritize my time. So I'm looking really forward to sharing that with you guys. I'm excited to share that. So hopefully coming. Okay, Darkman says Google needs to upgrade their video quality on their cameras. They're getting lapped by Apple. Yeah, I was watching. I think Brian's in that chat, but somebody shared a video of somebody talking, because I'm not going to name names. I'm not trying to name call people out here, but somebody shared a tech video, and I was like, wow, that camera quality looks so much better than what this person has previously posted, and the quality was really good, and the audio was really good compared to what this YouTuber put out before. And I was like, what camera is this person using? And somebody chimed in and said it was the iPhone SE. And I was like, go figure. And it was the front camera too, and it was so good. It looks so much better than what this YouTuber put out before. And I know this other YouTuber has been putting out cameras on I think mid-range Android phones, and whatchamacallit, Darkman saying getting lapped by Apple. I can attest to that. Apple is really good when it comes to video quality, and that's what I'm afraid of on my P40 Pro Plus. Like this camera, I will say, from at least the little testing I've done, has been very impressive, but I have not tested the video yet, and we'll see how good that is. So all right, let me scroll down here. Ahmed also says, yeah, with the front firing speakers and some bezels rather than the punch hole camera. There you go. I feel you on that. Deepak says Google beats everyone with one camera, maybe not the iPhone 11 and P40 cameras. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, which is why the 3A, the 4A, well, whenever the 4A comes out, has been such a hit with people. people obviously want the camera experience to be excellent, and the 3A was able to deliver on that, and I feel the 4A would be able to deliver on that as well. Saksham Tawari, I'm back. Welcome, Saksham. I'm glad you're back. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Yeah, Brian says Apple has the best video quality from what I've seen. I can't disagree. I feel similarly until I see another camera phone get to that point. Although I will say, it's been a while since I've tested Samsung Galaxy phones, but from what I've had on my Galaxy S7, S8, S9, those camera phones, the camera quality was also really good on it, but I felt like the video quality was pretty much on par with Apple. Am I right in saying that? It's been a while since I've tested it, but I'd imagine that the Galaxy S10 had really good video quality on that. Or yeah, the Galaxy S10 I'd imagine had great video quality as well, and I thought it was up there in terms of quality when it comes to iPhones. So I don't know. Okay. Let me see here. Darkman is asking, Jerome, is your main still an iPhone 11 Pro? It's not. Right now, my main is the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. I am actually really enjoying this phone a lot. I'm very surprised at I'm surprised about the Well, I'm not that surprised about the cameras. I expected the cameras to be good. The build quality is really good. I have been doing videos every day on the P40 Pro Plus, and today I am at the end of this. After my last story, I'm going to talk about my battery life experience. I've only had this phone now 3 days, but my battery life experience, and I was going to talk about something else, but I'll remember it later. Selwonk is in here. Selwonk, welcome to the stream, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Do the Pixel phones be the iPhone SE 2020 edition? Maybe. When I keep reading about like, they're cutting back on this, or it's going to have a plastic back, then but who knows what price. It's not going to be an iPhone SE 2020 edition if they price the Pixel 5 at $700. I'll tell you that much. Brian with the $1 super chat. Brian, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the support. Brian, always with the continued support. Thank you so much for taking that extra step, that extra mile, however I always word it. Brian, thank you again so much, man. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Deepak says here, how can Apple and Huawei deliver quality and versatility? I'm really surprised at how good the build quality is on this Huawei P40 Pro Plus. Not only that, I will say you know what? I'll save it until I get to giving you my thoughts 3 days later now. So Hopkins is also saying, Jerome, I want to have the camera experience excellent, but when I grab my bro's OnePlus 7T Pro, man, I miss the wide angle and zoom camera. Fair enough, man. I want to have both excellent main camera and more lenses. You know what phone can give you that? If you want to have excellent lenses, telephoto, wide angle, main shooter, night mode, I have not completely done a full review yet, but so far from what I'm seeing on the P40 Pro Plus, I'm getting all of that, which is I don't know if I can say that about other phones at this point. Wow, that's weird to say. That's a big statement. Okay, let me go back down here. Darkman says, no, I have the S20 and it's good, but Samsung isn't up there with iPhones. iPhone's video panning is second to none. Good to know. Maybe it's because I was just comparing what the S9 had with the iPhone at the time. What was iPhone at back at the S9 time? I don't remember. Anyway, it was good for what it was back then, is what I'm trying to say, Darkman. So let me see here. I want to continue on, and I want to talk about something different. And today we are going to talk about Tetris. I know I don't talk about gaming much on my streams, and when people always ask me if I do any kind of mobile gaming, I say the only mobile gaming I do is Scrabble. And they have made an abomination of Scrabble Go because they've made it look like I'm playing uh loot box stuff on Fortnite. Like they've destroyed that game and it's unfortunate. But this article, so the only other game that I love playing other than Scrabble is Tetris. I know I'm such a nerd when it comes to these games. The only games I play, Tetris, Scrabble, Rocket League. That's the only game I've been playing right now on PC, other than like I do like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Those are, I'm really into fighting games as well. Like I love that whole genre. But Tetris is one of my favorites. And so this article from Engadget is saying Tetris is now a daily game show with cash prizes. Have any of you guys watched this video? There was a YouTube video on it. Well, it's just showing me watching other things, but it's God, I'm trying not to swear. Anyway, there's this video here. I'm going to cut the audio. And I guess there's this new Tetris game that came out, and there's different modes for it. There's even like a Tetris Royale that's like versus 100 other people. I had this game for the Switch, actually, Tetris 99. So I got to play against 99 other people. I also had the Tetris the Tetris Puyo Puyo edition, which was also on the Switch, which was great as well. But anyway, it says here, if you've ever dreamed of playing Tetris for cold hard cash, you finally have an opportunity. Today, Network announced that it's adding a live game show feature to its Tetris mobile app. So for any of you that enjoy Tetris and you want to get like destroyed by me, please let me know. I will add you and we can go head to head. I'm really good at Tetris, by the way. I might be eating my words if somebody might be better than me. I don't know how good I would be playing Tetris on a mobile app, though, and not using a controller, but I'm going to give it a shot. Players can now participate in Tetris Primetime, a nightly competition that will award more than $1 million in annual cash prizes. Hosted by actor Millen Baird, I don't know who that is. Primetime will kick off every night at 7:30 p.m. Oh, I'll have to check. Oh, I think I'm working, though. It'll be anchored in all of these cities. Primetime, oh, I'm sorry, I meant to make this bigger. Primetime is only available in select regions, but Network says it's expanding into others. So there's a Tetris Royale where you can play 100 players. In these matches, the last player standing wins, and players will compete for weekly dominance on city, country, and global levels. They're also adding a solo marathon mode, which can be played offline, and a new Together mode, in which players can invite friends and family to join a game and voice chat while they play. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what it's all about. Again, it's been a while since I've played Tetris on mobile. I think I've tried a couple of them, but it's nice to see them try to revitalize a game that I find very entertaining. It's a classic, and I used to play this game a lot as a kid and into my teens, and then also as an adult. And I'm really good at it. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share that Tetris story. So that's about it. Okay, moving on. That actually rounds it up because I do have a couple other stories, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to go into chat real quick before I touch base on my P40 Pro Plus and give you a couple thoughts, I guess 72 hours later. Let me see here. As far as chat, Hopkins says P40 Pro is really appealing, but too expensive right now. Yes, you're right. $1,300 is very expensive for a phone. I might get it next year. Fair enough. Big House says, what? The iPhone Google gods are watching. I know. I mean, here's the thing is I still cannot recommend the P40 Pro Plus to people. I can't recommend it because it's missing a ton of apps. And even though I found ways to get these apps on my phone, it is not the most convenient way, and it is not the most ideal way of updating it. And I mean, maybe I will figure things out as I continue to use it more, but it's still not a phone I can completely recommend. But for someone like me who's nuts about a camera and the build quality and stuff, like it's really surprising. I'm really surprised at how nice it is. It's so, for me, the build quality is so nice that when I hold my Pixel 4, it kind of makes me feel like it's not the same kind of build quality. Anyway, Aaron is in here. Hi, bro. Long time no see. How about PUBG? I don't play PUBG. I don't. I used to play FPS games a lot when I was younger. I played a lot of Counter-Strike. but I really have fallen out of that. For the most part, Rocket League, I am obsessed with that game. I've been playing that game for, I think, at least 3 years now. I have over 2,000 hours in that game, which is sad, but it is a game I still play today. Even, I know I've been very busy, but even when I have like 15 or 20 minutes, I will spend some time and play a little Rocket League to like clear my head. So Deepak says S10 series still had the awesome dual pixel autofocus system. They removed it in the S20 series. There you go. Hopkins is saying, agree, Samsung shot themselves in the foot with that. Brian also says, yeah, that's why the focus sucks so bad on the Samsung 2020 flagships. But it's funny because now apparently they're going to fix it with the Note 20. I just feel like people got gypped when it came to the S20. That's a shame for people who also spent all that money. So, okay. What I want to do right now is I want to talk about my P40 Pro Plus, give you a 72-hour update at this point since I've now had it for 3 days. This has been my daily driver. I've been using it for people who need to get caught up. I have been trying to find apps that will work on my P40 Pro Plus. So I have been using a lot of stock apps. I use the stock dialer, which is fine. I use the stock mail app, which works fine as well. The stock browser for Huawei is surprisingly good, but I use Opera, so I found substitutes when it comes to that. And then I talked about how yesterday I was able to find the Amazon App Store, which is right here. And the Amazon App Store was able to give me other apps that I haven't been able to find, like Twitch, like Instagram. This also has things like Facebook Messenger, Facebook as well. And I didn't install that because I don't really use those apps, but using the Amazon App Store, after I downloaded that APK and installed it, I was able to get those apps. And then I use something called Phone Clone. Let me pull that up for you guys here. So Phone Clone is a great way to get a lot of apps that I was not able to use on my Huawei, right? So I used Phone Clone on my Pixel 4 because you can download the Phone Clone. You can download the Phone Clone app to your other Android phones or even iOS devices. And I was able to move a bunch of apps over using Phone Clone. I was able to move over, like I'm looking now, the Patreon app, Spotify, Discord, Slack, amongst other apps. I'm just like looking at it real quick. My banking apps, Chase and Capital One. And then this is what I want to talk about. Here is the one app I was able to get. The one that oh, look, it shows me live. Oh, that's so funny. Guys, the one app that I was not able to, I love that it has me here live. The one app I was not able to use that I wanted to use, that I use more than anything else, is YouTube, right? And I have YouTube here, but this isn't normal YouTube. Somebody recommended this in chat, and I want to thank, I can't remember who recommended to me, but this is not YouTube. This is YouTube Vanced, VANCED. And this is not only a version of YouTube that works flawlessly, but this is a modded version of YouTube that gives you no ads. It plays in the background even after you close the app, so you can listen to the audio, like, for example, a podcast, or, for example, watching me live on stream that's happening right now. I was able to install it. It was super simple. I found it on XDA. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'll try to help out. But it works so well. The only hiccup I have on here is I am not able to link up my account to it. So I was able to like add the sign in and put my password in, but when it tried to connect it, it wasn't able to. But for now, this is fine. Like, obviously, it's still showing the things I'm searching for, which is why it has my channel up there. So I'm okay with that. And it works really well. I'm so surprised because I even thought about buying YouTube Premium, which is like $15 a month, because you guys have heard me talk about streaming before. I don't really believe in paying for streaming services. I cut the cord with cable. Why am I going to spend money on Netflix and YouTube TV and Hulu and Disney Plus and HBO Max? Wow, I'm really getting that down ingrained in my head, and Peacock and whatever other apps are out there. Because why am I going to spend all that money? Then I feel like I'm being tethered again. to a streaming service. YouTube is free, Twitch is free, and now I don't even need YouTube Premium because I've been using YouTube Advanced. It's worked that well. You know what's so funny about the P40 Pro Plus? Even though I haven't been able to use Google apps on it, I have been able to learn to kind of move away from Google services. I think that is something that, so yes, we can stay in that ecosystem, but I think it's also important to know that maybe it isn't always the best idea to be stuck in that ecosystem because we're so dependent on one company to do everything for us. I didn't realize until I moved away from it, all of the things that we use, right? YouTube, Google Photos, Google Drive, Google Sheets and Docs, like the whole Google Suite, Google Keep. I can go on and on, Android messages. And it just goes to show, like Google Chrome, I'm just thinking in my head, but there are other alternatives. Google Maps. I've been using the Here We Go the Here We Go map app now, and that's been working well for me. There are other alternatives. I'm not trying to say don't use Google. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying other options are out there, and sometimes I think it might be worth a look to take. It might be worth a look to take a look and see what else is available. I'm all lost in my words. Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised to see how well YouTube Advanced worked. I'm pleasantly surprised to see how well Opera works, the browser, and even the original Huawei browser. The Google or the Mail app works fine. Anyway, that's my spiel on the software side. I do want to share the battery life on this phone. I've had this phone for 72 hours, right? So over 3 days now. I've charged this phone once. I've charged this phone one time. To be fair, the very first day and a half, I didn't have all the apps that I have been using on my other phones. So I've been pulling out my iPhone 11 Pro, my secondary phone now to take a look at things. But so I really didn't have enough time on it. But here's the thing. I looked at my screen on time. My screen on time for the Huawei P40 Pro Plus, because yesterday my phone died. It even said yesterday, because I let it die, I let it drain down to 0 because I wanted to do a full battery charging test on it, and I will share that today. Yesterday, when this phone died, it said it's going to shut down in 60 seconds, and then it ended up still being up for like 5 minutes. That's how good the battery is. I got 7 hours and 40 seconds of screen on time. I took a screenshot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that up right now, but I wanted to share that, or at least share the info with you, because I know there are a lot of other phones that have great battery life, and that's wonderful. And you'll see there, it says 7 hours and 40 minutes. And so I know there are a lot of other phones that have great battery life, but I have never owned a phone, one that has had this much storage, 512 gigs of internal storage. And I've never had a phone that I've gotten that much screen on time using. So the battery life is excellent on it. I guess that shouldn't be a surprise. It's a big phone. I think it has a 4,200 milliamp hour battery. And then you want to talk about charging. So luckily, even though I have a European charger, the 40 watt, because this is capable of 40 watt wired charging. So super fast charging. I didn't think I was going to be able to use it because it has a European charger or international charger. I don't know I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but it doesn't, it has an international charger that doesn't work with the US. But Wanda Mobile, Grant is the one that recommended the phone for me, or the place to buy the phone. Wanda Mobile supplied a travel adapter. So I was able to use the adapter to use the charging brick. If you want to talk about how long it took to charge this phone from a dead battery, because I drained it to 0% until the battery stopped working. And I have the notes here, so I'm going to read it real quick. In 15 minutes, I got 30%. It charged from 0 to 30% in 15 minutes. In half an hour, it charged to 57%. In 45 minutes, it charged to 83%. So from a dead battery to 45 minutes, 83%. From a dead battery to 1 hour, 96%. So almost in an hour, it charged it to nearly full. And then obviously it slows down after that. And I took notes. So an hour and 5 minutes, 99%. I checked again at an hour and 7 minutes, 99%. And then somewhere between, I checked 2 minutes later after that. And somewhere in between an hour and 7 minutes and an hour and 9 minutes, it charged to 100%. But basically, it takes about an hour to charge from 0% to 96% for 4,200 milliamp hours, right? We're not talking about a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. We're talking about a 4,200 milliamp hour battery. I should have done the math and, said how many milliamp hours per minute or whatever. I've done that test before, but that's something I'll leave for a higher production video because I'm going to charge this more than one time. I'm going to have to kill it again. Like, I don't really like killing my phones to 0%, but for the sake of the channel, for the sake of the science of looking at the numbers, I want to see the consistency and see if it charges up the same, if I get the same amount of screen on time. But I think that's it. I just wanted to share those things with my P40 Pro Plus. I think you guys can tell that I'm very impressed with the phone. I am trying to not move away from Google, but I'm trying to live without it and see if I can live without it. And so far, I'm able to. I'm able to do almost everything with it. The only thing that I haven't been able to figure out is I use an app called Zero, which is a fasting app, and I'm not able to log into my old account. I don't really want to build a new account on it. But like I said, maybe right now this is a stopgap, using phone clone to get the apps until we can really figure something else out. I know that there was Lucas who was in my stream a couple days ago, and he gave me a lot of great feedback. And I think he mentioned something called pedal search and the Aurora. These are other things I'm going to look into maybe later tonight if I have time. Just other ways to get more apps on here or make sure they're updated. So as I learn, I will be doing this. I should have done this. I feel really bad because TCL gave me the TCL 10 Pro and I should have just done this. This is such an easier way to give you updates on phones that I buy. But if you guys like this format, because I will do an eventual bigger production format on it. But I think now when I buy new phones, I think I'm just going to start doing this on stream, give you updates daily on the phone. I should have done that with the iPhone SE. I should have taken that phone and used it as my daily every day. But maybe what it was is I didn't enjoy those phones as much as I have been enjoying the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. It's a joy to hold, it's a joy to use, and I don't know. It's nice to share those experiences. So that's it with the P40 Pro Plus. I will give you another update tomorrow if there's anything else to talk about, when it comes to it. If not, the camera comparison is coming, and I think that's going to end it for the show today. I see a super chat in here though by Big House Productions, a $5 super chat. Big House, thank you so much, man. Great info, Jerome. Glad you're enjoying the P40 Pro or the P40 Pro Plus. Headed back to work, everyone. Big House, enjoy the rest of your day at work. Well, I know enjoying work isn't really the best kind of words, but you know what I mean. Big House, thank you for the support, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for always stopping by and being a regular. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Let me go back up here. Let me just look at chat to make sure I didn't really miss everything. Let me see here. Brian says, Grant made a great point that phones should automatically use the telephoto lens to get close macro shots without having to get overly close to the subject. Oh, that's a good point. I really like that. Simple Guitar Dude. I don't think I've seen you here before. Simple Guitar Dude. How's it going? Jerome, how's the battery on it? It's Team Varai. Another channel. There you go. This is Team Varai. This is my experimental channel. Cool, man. I'll have to check it out. I think you got my just on the camera or on the battery, but I will give you another update when I use, now that I have most of the apps I use on here, I'll give you another update on how that goes. Salwonk says, couldn't you just download these APKs from APK Mirror? Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff like that, but you mean the APK for Amazon app? Because I would have just got that straight from there. YouTube Vanced I got from XDA, and you can get the APK straight from Vanced anyway. But yeah, I'm sure I could get a lot of that stuff from APK Mirror for sure. Salwonk is saying no need to pay for premium. Right. I just saved myself $15 a month. And hopefully anyone here who's looking at this, you save that money too. You don't even need to root your phone. I was able to do this non-rooted. I forgot to add that in there. Paul says, watching you on YouTube Vanced now. So Paul, link up use micro G. So I did. I used micro G and I still wasn't able to connect my YouTube account to it. I don't know. I might be missing something, but I'll take a look in that as well. So yeah, a lot of you guys feel the same about YouTube Advanced. I'm glad you guys even brought that up. I can't remember who recommended it to me, but it's great. It works great. Why 2019? Hi, hey, why? I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Ted says so. Huawei phones are Trojan horses to get away from Google. I like that analogy. I like that. It's not bad at all. Paul says, although I don't know how it works on non-rooted phones, yeah, I wouldn't know either. Saul Wong says, I will miss YouTube Advanced if I switch to the iPhone. See, these are things that I don't even think about. So I love that chat is able to bring this stuff up because I didn't even know about YouTube Advanced until you guys brought it up to me. And now that I have it, I don't know why I've been using regular YouTube. I might as well just use YouTube Advanced. They keep it updated and everything too. So it's been pretty great. Deepak says, is it available on regular Android phones? It is. It is. So yeah, please feel free. Okay, let me see here. Paul's saying, my 7 Pro does 8 on the regular. Thought that was on the left side. You're talking about screen on time? Because I'm lucky if I get like 4 hours on my Pixel 4 for screen on time. I'm lucky if I get like 5 to 6 hours on other phones that I have. My 11 Pro has amazing battery life, but I don't think my 11 Pro came anywhere close to wait, 7 Pro. Are we talking about, you're talking about I immediately thought iPhone. You're talking about your OnePlus. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I know other phones have had better battery life, but I haven't really had anything that has given me anywhere close to 8 hours on any phone I've had. But again, the last big phones I've had is my Pixel 4, and that obviously doesn't have good battery life, and my iPhone 11 Pro. Before those two phones, I had the Pixel 3. I had the 3 XL, but I still never got anywhere close to 8 hours of screen on time. I had the OnePlus 6T, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get close to 8 hours of screen on time either. This was just a one-time test. We're going to see how this does now. I mean, also the fact that I'm going to be using it a lot more. I'd love to see 8 hours. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that, but if I get 7 hours, I'm happy with that as well. Plus, I also used it for, I don't know how long I used it for or how long I was off the phone, because it wasn't just a day's worth of use. It was, I don't know. I think it showed a day and something on there. I don't know. I'd have to double check. We'll see. When I do another test, we'll see where I get when it comes to it. So let me scroll back down here. Sean says Huawei got great battery life. Saul Wong says try F-Droid and Aptoid for apps. I think they are all open source apps, right? Which is what I think Lucas had recommended when he said Aurora, because I saw F-Droid in there. I've heard about F-Droid for a long time, so I'm gonna have to take a look at all of this. This is the world that I have been missing for a while since I've moved away from rooting and ROMing, but I feel like this is a perfect time to do it, especially having the Huawei and not having Google and just trying to find better ways to use your phone. I think it's an exciting way to kind of really get back into Android's ecosystem and just enjoy it in a different way. Okay, so let me see here. Darkman says, LOL, you're an Android guy. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I have been an Android guy for some time. That's why it pained me to say the iPhone 11 Pro is my favorite phone for 2019, because an iPhone hasn't been one of my favorites for a long time. 2019 was the first time it actually felt like there wasn't a phone that I was able to, compare it to. But maybe this whole time I've just been, blindsided by Google and didn't take a look at Huawei. I don't know. It is very early. Let's not forget that this might be me in the honeymoon phase, right? It might be me just being the build quality is great, the battery is great, the camera. Well, I don't know. Those are all good things. How can that be a honeymoon thing if those things are great? But again, it doesn't have Google. We'll see. Okay. Ryu Eugene, hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Sorry you're here a little late. I'm about to close things off, but welcome. Hopefully you can catch the replay and check it out. Simple Guitar Dude or Team Varai. Looking forward to the next Huawei update. Also, this channel is still blank. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. I didn't know you played guitar though. That's cool. I'm glad you're able to share that. Ted says, yeah, F-Droid is pretty good. I'll have to take a look. Y says, I hope the Pixel 5 looks like that. Hope for a triple camera setup, the same as the 11 Pros. If it gets the 865, then the branding should change. Maybe the Pixel 5 Pro or the Pixel 5 Max to copy Apple. Those are great points. I think the one thing I want is if they're going to put the 865 in it, don't put a plastic back. Put a premium back. Make the phone premium. Like if you're gonna have us spend the money on a Pixel 5 Pro XL, whatever you want to call it, make it premium. Like don't give us a cheap feeling phone, charge the price really high just because it has an 865 in there, you know? But I hear you. That's a good point, Y. That is a good point. Brian says, I wish OEMs would stop copying Apple. I feel you, man. And then Paul says, admittedly, when a lot of streaming and being at home, when on the move, screen on time plummets to 5. I can see that. And, you know, I've been a lot more mobile lately. I've been moving around than just being at home a lot more lately than usual, just because I've been doing work outside of home. So I can see myself dipping down when screen on time happens as well, but I'll let you know. I'll give you the next update on the battery as well. So with that being said, guys, I think that is it for today. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. There's still a lot of people in here in chat and I love it. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I think this happened yesterday too. A lot of you guys came a lot later, which makes me wonder, should I move later? But I like this time frame. Hopefully you guys, you know, like this time frame as well and you're able to like stick around or, you know, keep in here for the hour. But again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I want to thank everybody for, if you haven't had a chance, please, guys, hit that like button. I know that sounds cheesy marketing, and I am not that cheesy marketing guy, but I really think it helps support the channel. If you guys are not a subscriber, please consider being a subscriber. Get notified every time I stream. I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central. So please check me out. We're doing this again tomorrow. So come back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We'll do it all over again. I try to talk to everybody in the community. I try to go through all the news. I try to answer all the questions that I can. I do want to thank everybody again for being in the stream, talking with me, for all the people who super chatted today and who have super chatted in the past. Adding that extra support means the world to me. So thank you so much. It helps offset costs. It helps me do what I do daily. And then, that's it. Oh, my patron members. I'm sorry for people who for people who support me on Patreon. Thank you also. Again, that helps offset costs. And for YouTube members, for everyone who's a YouTube member, you guys know who you are. You have the red Chicago star next to your name. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it. And I know I have some members who double dip. Some of you guys also support me on Patreon and on YouTube. And I cannot thank you guys enough. So I give you guys a ton of credit. One of the reasons I do this daily and do it the way I do is because I want to be able to give you like great content and it's a good family. And I want to like, I do hopefully, you know, I hope one day this is something I do full time, that I can do on a regular basis and cut clips and make higher production videos and keep this channel growing. Cause it's just something that I want to keep doing and I enjoy it. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be like doing this right now and spending all this time. I do a lot of it because I want to keep supporting. I want to make sure that your support, like I show that your support means a lot to me and I want to be able to give back. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here, guys. Come back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We'll do it all over again. I am playing the outro music while I wave bye. Oh, it's not playing music. Now it's playing music. Bye.